Hey mamas, good evening to you, or good morning, or good afternoon. Today is a continuation of what I was talking about yesterday, which is the 5-5-5 rule for postpartum. So today's video is called Thriving in the Fourth Trimester, your vital guide to recovery and renewal. Now, the main idea of the 5-5-5 rule is to keep you from hurting yourself. So, like I said, I talked about it more in yesterday's video. It's 5 days in bed, 5 days on the bed, 5 days around the bed. And the nice thing about this is that if you have in your mind that this is how you're going to be spending your first 15 days postpartum, you have at least some sort of peace and calm in the early overwhelm of those early postpartum days. So it can give you a semblance of peace in the whirlwind. So that is a nice part of it. Sleeping and prioritizing rest are a big part of the 5-5-5 rule that we talked about yesterday as well. And remember that when it comes to food, you're nourishing yourself well. And remember that you're still eating for two because you're likely nursing your baby. And usually that means we don't have two hands to eat anymore. We only have one hand. So I have for you a list of one-handed snacks, 35 one-handed snacks for breastfeeding moms. And the link for that is in the description of this video. In the description of this video, you will also find the link to the blog post that goes with this video. And this is where you will find all of the links to the items that I'll be discussing today, things that I used and helped and I very much recommend. So while we are eating our snacks and having our nourishing meals, we're also staying hydrated. And for me, a big part of that was this antioxidant superfood juice that I drank, which I talked about yesterday. And what we're gonna touch on today is what we will do with these pockets of time when baby maybe doesn't need us. These little pockets of time that we get to ourselves that are not spent sleeping. These are the times to pour into ourselves. And self-care is so important as a new mom. Like, don't forget that you need to be taken care of too. And these don't have to be grand gestures. This could just be soaking in the tub for a nice postpartum bath. It could be a breathing exercise, which let's do one right now. Let's practice. Okay, so we're going to inhale for 4, hold it for 7, and exhale for 8. So, okay, inhale it for 4. And then hold for 7. And then exhale 8. Okay, so it's the 4-7-8 rule. And I already feel like, whoo, that it was nice. So there is a breathing technique that you can use. And the last example I'm going to give, I hope there are not any men watching. And if you are watching, that hopefully means that you have a postpartum mama in your care and you won't care that I'm saying this. Applying nipple butter and shields is an act of self-care. It is really hard when you start your breastfeeding journey and it can be painful. So applying that nipple butter and putting the shield over it and then wearing like some sort of nursing bra, whether it's a lounge bra or whatever, to keep those shields in place so that nothing is touching you until the next feeding or the next time you have to pump. I had to do this a few times because at first it's just a lot. It's just a lot. And so those items are in the blog post that you can go and look for. And just remember to be gentle with yourself, not only physically, but emotionally, mentally. Being gentle with yourself will better equip you for handling challenges that come with motherhood. So as long as you're taking good care of yourself and reminding yourself that you are doing the best you can and you're learning as you go and you're not pushing yourself, it makes it a lot easier to handle. And so common challenges that come with these early postpartum days are feelings of isolation, problems breastfeeding, and just all this advice coming at you and not knowing what to listen to. So we're going to talk about those few things before we hop out of here. So as far as isolation, keeping the lines open, the lines of communication open between family and friends and other mom support groups. There are a lot of mom groups on Facebook, and there are so many different ones to choose from that you are bound to find a group that is in alignment with your values as a mother. And you could join my Facebook group, the New Mom Self-Love and Baby Snuggles Club. I'd love to have you in there. I talk even more about self-care as a mom and all new mom tips in there, and so that would be a great place for you to go. The link for that is in the description of this video as well. And as far as breastfeeding, we talked about that a little bit with the nipple butter and the shields. If you need to bring a lactation consultant into it, then do that. If you need to talk to a breastfeeding mom's support group, you can do that too. And also in the blog, I talk about a book that my doula recommended to me, and I did not read it cover to cover by all means, but it was very helpful to go in there and look for information that I needed and wanted. And so I highly recommend that book. And then as far as advice, you are going to get so much advice, and some of it will be unsolicited. Just remember that mommy knows best, and trust your gut. Take in the information. Look at the sources that you trust and opinions of people that you trust. In the end, do what feels right to you as mom. And that is all that we have today. I hope this video was helpful to you. Don't forget, I have these nice little resources for you in the description of this video that you can hop in and grab for, how do I point to this? Okay. My gosh. This one, the one-handed snacks. You can grab that, or you can join my Facebook group, or both. I'd love to have the opportunity to serve you in both places. So that is all we have for today, and I will be back on Monday. So have an amazing weekend.